loves, what's up, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the April 2022 month ahead prediction. So this is going to be a personal prediction for you for the month of April. If you are new to Pick a Card readings, I'm going to give you a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have group number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can take a moment to pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that is linked to your specific card. And then you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your month of April. If you like to choose with crystals on these cards, and if you find that that helps you out, then let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, if you like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some Aragonite, over here on group number 1. Then over here on group number 2, we have some Zeolite. And then for, wow, I'm going to mess up these cards before we even get into this reading. Then over here on group number 3, we have some Malachite, this Malachite pyramid. Then over here on group number 4, we have a Shungite pyramid. And then over here on group number 5, we have these 2 fluorite cubes, or octahedrons, I guess. They're not cubes. But yeah, that is our crystal options for today's video. Again, take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that is linked to your specific card, and then you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about the month of April. So with that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into today's video. All right, so group number 1, here's what we have for you. We have the 2 of Discs, which is the 2 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 5 of Cups. We have Perspective, which is the Hangman. Then we have Princess of Cups, and then we have the 9 of Swords here. So a couple of different things that I'm noticing right off the bat. When we have these 2 cards right next to each other, especially with the 2 of Discs as well, this can sometimes be that we are currently going through some overwhelmment. And so if you feel like lately you've been feeling overwhelmed by something and something's kind of like keeping you up at night, lack of sleep, and like there's just been a ton of emotions that have almost been honestly distracting for you and feeling like we are more focused on the negative rather than the positive. April is going to be about flipping this perspective, and that's also why we have the Hangman, because this is all about a shift in perspective. And basically it's kind of like what I'm getting from here is lately things have been feeling so overwhelming that it almost feels like we're not getting stuff done or we're not moving ahead in life. Or we feel like stuck on something and maybe there's a particular choice that we have to make, but we're wondering, okay, like what's the best choice? Because the 2 of Pentacles can also symbolize a choice, or it can also symbolize that we're juggling our time so much and our resources, and we're just trying to make it by. We're just trying to stay balanced, and we're just trying to, like, you know, not fall over basically. So what I kind of gather from this energy is that April is going to be the month of trying to shift this perspective and this focus, and this shift in perspective is going to really start to take place kind of once you begin to think different thoughts. Because right now it seems like your focus has been on all the things that have not been working out for you, all of the things that are overwhelming you, all the things that are distracting you. All of your energy has been going towards that. And it's kind of, that's almost like shoving your energy down the drain, or like flushing all of your money down the toilet. Like it's really similar to that kind of energy. So whenever we think and we focus our energy towards all the things that we are disappointed in, all the things that we are feeling like sad about or overwhelmed by, whenever we focus on that, where our attention goes, energy flows. So you're throwing all of your energy towards that of what you don't want, therefore you're feeding that with your energy, and therefore it's growing, right? But April's about this flip in perspective. So I really see over here with the 5 of Cups and then the Perspective card, this is when we sort of begin to leave behind our negative thinking patterns, and we start to look off in the other direction. We're like, you know what can I focus on that's going to make me feel really good and really happy? And that's why I have the Princess of Cups over here. This is sort of like you shifting towards being happy about something that might seem like a small idea at first, or it might seem sort of just like a small bit of hope at first. This is going to help you immensely. The month of April is like really shifting this out of this old mindset and really beginning to make a choice. Because again, it just seems like you have so much going on, and your time management lately has probably just been like overwhelming. It's been overwhelming to deal with the amount that you probably have on your plate. And it's also hard to do stuff when we're feeling overwhelmed because it's already stealing our energy so much, the fact that we are overwhelmed, that it's like, even though we have all this stuff piling up, it's like, how do I even get through all of that? But there's definitely going to be this shift in perspective. It's going to really help you. And I do think that you're going to be getting an idea in April, or this sense of hope. There's like something that you're almost excited by, something that's like fueling your fire internally, that is like this hope for, or not even necessarily hope, but it's kind of like there's this emotional fulfillment that's building for you. And this is happening like, I think it's going to be, timing is going to be slightly different for all of you, but it's definitely happening in the month of April. There's this sort of like desire that's building within you, and this kind of emotional fulfillment that's building within you. And there's a lot of like ideas popping out of nowhere that honestly like help you get out of this old mindset, and the flow starts happening again. It's almost like a dammed up river. It's like you guys have been a dammed up river with all this backed up energy, but also your energy, it's like, I don't know, there was like a lack of flow. There's a lack of water in this stream. It all got evaporated. And all of a sudden it's like coming back to you in April. It's like, it's starting to rain again. The flow of the river is coming back. And the rain, I mean, in a good way. It's like, you know, we're finally feeling like there's a flow once again. So there's a lot more energy flow happening in the month of April, and it's only gaining momentum. But one thing that Spirit really wants to come through on is don't be too hard on yourself, and don't let yourself continue to focus on the overwhelmment, because it's almost like you're standing in the way of your own sort of new idea and new flow. It's like the flow is starting to happen again, but then we doubt it and we're just like, well, the flow is not going to last forever, so when is the bad stuff coming again? Spirit is like, please don't focus on that, because there's been a tendency lately maybe to do that and to like kind of almost get in your own way. Or anytime that you think about starting something, there's this overthinking, and it's overthinking because we're currently overwhelmed. There's an overabundance of energy going in the wrong way. Therefore, our momentum is in the wrong way. We just need to shift our momentum to the other way. And April is the month for doing that. April is a month where there's going to be opportunities and ideas coming to you to allow this flow of energy back in the correct direction. So we're not disappointing ourselves, and we're not feeling overwhelmed by all of this, like all of these new things that we want. I'm also hearing the word divine timing. It's like whatever you are desiring right now, it's coming in divine timing. And this current period you're going through is meant to make you stronger, group number one. It's really meant to make you stronger, because this is somehow going to play a really big part in your future, this learning that you're currently going through. And it's so perfect that it's happening right now, even though that doesn't make sense and you probably can't see it. But there's this sense of perfection, and Spirit is looking at you being like really proud and just saying, you know, like this is so meant to be. So don't be too frustrated with it, and don't get too frustrated with yourself either, because this is very meant to be. And you are going to overcome this. You are going to get out of this. And so there's this sense of ease that Spirit wants to give to you right now, because you are going to get through this. Absolutely. It's not going to last much longer either. I'm really hearing that the clouds are going to start fading away. And this is sort of like the breakaway point. April's almost like this breakaway point where we're starting to see the sun shining through the clouds again. It's going to take a little bit longer for the clouds to fully break away and for your sunshine to fully come back, but it's coming back very soon. I'm really hearing for all of you listening to this is that it is coming back very soon. And I honestly see more flow and more abundance coming to you than I think you expect or realize. And April is this sort of month for opening the doorway for that. And the more that, you know, kind of like time goes, which you don't need a lot of time, but the more that time continues evolving, there's going to be a lot of abundance and sunlight and happiness and joy coming into your life. And this is a breaking open moment. This is meant to really dig deep into some parts that needed healing and awareness for you. There were some parts of you that didn't have awareness. And through this process, you're bringing awareness to these parts, but you're going to heal them and no longer feel overwhelmed by them. You're no longer going to feel bad about them. This is a breaking open moment of deep healing for you. And even if it doesn't seem like it at the moment, and even if you're unaware of like, okay, like I don't understand what part of me it's healing, there is a deep healing going on. It's cracking you open so that you can step into a more aware, better, conscious version of yourself. And it is going to play a big role in your future, because something that you're asking for right now, the requirement of achieving it is up-leveling your consciousness and bringing awareness to certain parts of you. And you are going to come out of this stronger and more vital than ever. And it's not lasting too much longer. You've gone through most of the thick of it by now. And it's going to start easing up, because April is the month of it easing up finally. So you've literally gone through the peak. You've gone through the thick of it. You've experienced all that. And now the sunshine is peeking back through and healing these deep sides of you, to where now clarity is coming back to you. More efficiency with time is coming back to you. And this feeling of flow is entering your life once again. And the sun's going to start shining brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, group one. So what the glimpse that you're seeing of it is not even its full extent. It's going to shine so much brighter as time goes on. Whew. So the next two cards that we have, group one, we have held. Ooh, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, community. So yeah, it's like the universe really has your back through this time. And there's this energy here that's telling you like, hey, don't worry. This is all going to be okay. This was just meant to really bring awareness to certain parts of you and bring awareness to more of life, like so you can have deeper conscious awareness of things. Because as you move forward, you're going to need those tools in your bigger endeavors in the future. So this is just very divinely guided, to be honest. We also have come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance, desires. Yes. So you've been trying to receive something. You've been trying to attain a certain desire, and this has all been orchestrated to help you achieve that desire, everything that you're going through right now. So there's another message here of don't worry, it's coming. And I think you're going to start seeing glimpses of that in the month of April. There's going to be small glimpses of this coming through to you in the month of April. And it's going to really help solidify the fact that yes, your big manifestation, your big desires, they're on their way. You just need to start stepping into the worthiness. You need to start stepping into the fact that you deserve the abundance and the amazingness, group number one. You absolutely deserve that. And you're in more control of your reality than you realize. And this has been part of the creation process of your big desire. So don't be too hard on yourself. This was part of the process. It's just like going through a renovation. I use this example all the time. It's just like going through a home renovation, and the fact that you need to gut it first in order to like put all the new stuff there. You know, it kind of gets worse before it gets better. So if you've been manifesting to up-level yourself or to, you know, get to a better space in your life, you're going to go through that renovation process where things get a little bit for a while, a little bit chaotic for a while, or a little bit overwhelming. And you have been going through this overwhelming stage, but this is all part of the process of bringing in the newness and renewing certain parts of your life and really helping you in those ways. So this is actually a beautiful, beautiful process that you're going through. So the next three cards that we have, solitude. So maybe you felt, there's parts of you that have felt alone a little bit, or kind of like you're going through this on your own. And it feels like there's a lot of weight on your back, probably because of the fact that it feels like you're going through this alone. At the same time, this can also signify you taking time out in the month of April to really heal or focus on yourself, or to get certain things done that you need to get done. I really see you taking some time to yourself and making that kind of a priority in the month of April, just to sort of, you know, help with this energy so that you can get ahead and so that you can start working towards this. And then we have deep freeze. Deep freeze is exactly like the Hangman perspective card that we have, because that's all about feeling like we're stuck or not moving forward on something. So there's something that you might feel stuck on, or like it's not happening as quickly as you would have wanted. this is all part of the process. Again, the seasons happen for a reason, especially in certain parts of the world, right? But we all have certain kind of seasons. Like some places have rainy seasons, some places have like snowy, icy seasons, all sorts of things. You're going through one of those seasons right now, group one. You're going through the deep freeze moment. And that's sort of like how nature balances itself and how it renews itself for a very prosperous summer. So I really see a prosperous, probably summer for you, since we're moving closer and closer into the summer, at least in the northern hemisphere. But even if not, regardless, this still applies. But it's kind of like the universe is preparing you. But again, you might feel kind of like stuck on something, or that you're waiting for something, or that it's not happening as fast as you would have wanted it to. But it is happening. And again, it's kind of opening up. April is opening up this window of where we're kind of thawing out now, and the sun is starting to shine again. But there's more sun that's on its way. You just need to trust that that's the cycle of life. Just how people back in the day, they had to trust like summer is coming again. Summer is coming again. It's not going to be winter forever. We're not going to be stuck forever. And the same thing applies to you, group one. You're not going to be stuck forever, and you're not going to be confused forever. Oh, look at, even that's confirmation. The next card right after that is flying. So don't be too hard on yourself and don't worry too much, because this cycle is, you're unthawing. In the month of April, you're going to start to see that opening up and the unthawing happening and the movement coming back in. And it's not even just regular movement coming back in. This is soaring, this is flying, this is reaching heights that you didn't think that you could reach. This whole process has prepared you to reach heights that you never thought you could reach. Almost like a spring, like you compress it for so long to the point where it's just like a buildup of energy. It's very overwhelming, but then you like let it go and the spring starts flying. So it's not even just normal movement that you've had before. This is really preparing you for higher heights than you've thought may be possible for yourself, okay? So this whole process has been a process of preparing, and the more that we begin to kind of overcome this overwhelmment, and the more that we begin to just start to move forward and switch our mindset to something that's seeing the positivity and the worth and the deserving that you have within you, the more that this is going to unfold in beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ways. So the last card that we have here, group number one, we have Bridget. You are a healer. Yes, so you're going through a healing time, kind of like what we were talking about earlier. So yeah, there's definitely a deep healing going on within you. I'm seeing a lot of green, so this deals with your heart chakra. So if we've been feeling overwhelmed in our heart and we're grief-stricken, or we have guilt, or we have shame, fears that are coming up, or anything like that, where we're just feeling like maybe our heart has been beating more rapidly lately, and maybe we have a hard time falling asleep, you know, because maybe our heart just starts beating when we think about certain things. I really see your heart being at so much more ease in the month of April. Like things are calming down. You're realizing that you're coming out of this old phase. The green is finally growing back, right? Because the green can also signify that the grass is starting to show again, because the ice is melting away, the lack of movement is melting away, the unsurety. Maybe we've been waiting for, to hear back on something. Maybe we've been waiting for certain people to like move forward on something, and we've just been feeling like we're frozen because we're just waiting for so many other things to happen, or we're, feeling like, again, things aren't really moving forward. They're going to thaw out, and a lot is going to move forward, and I see new opportunity coming your way in the month of April, and this opportunity just has room to grow more and more. I see you coming back to life in the month of April, and things just finally thawing out and moving forward once again. So that is what we have there for you, group one. With that being said, I'm also going to take the Astro dice. I'm going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in the month of April for you. So let's see what we have. Group one, this could be a reflection of somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even your own. We have Scorpio, Leo, and Pisces. So Scorpio, Leo, Pisces energy for the month of April. And with that being said, let's go ahead and roll all of these together now to get any last info on this reading. All right, so we have Saturn being in Leo in the 2nd house. So this could be money money stuff. Maybe we're learning better how to handle our money, or we're having new kind of like realizations coming up about how we want to maybe spend our money, and the fact that maybe we want to save some but then also have a bit more abundance to where we're feeling really good and really prosperous, and it doesn't feel like more of a worry. It kind of feels like there's a constant flow, but yet we also are desiring to maybe have more awareness around money or around something material. There could also be a new material desire coming into your life in the month of April, and it just seems like there's more kind of awareness around money, and we want a more fixed idea around our money, because Leo is a fixed sign, Taurus, which is kind of connected to the second house, is a fixed sign, and then Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed sign, Capricorn is a cardinal sign, but all of this energy is very fixed. So it's almost like you're desiring to have a little bit more boundaries on your finances, and to have a more kind of like set, I don't know, like rule base around money, I guess, or material stuff. But I also do see a big material desire coming into your awareness that you have a goal here financially. You have a goal that you want to reach financially with these. Or a goal that you want to reach materially, like it could be like buying a house, buying a car, buying something bigger, investing in a business, for example. Like there's something here where there's a new desire that you really want to reach, and April's kind of the month of really putting your foot down of like, how am I actually going to do that? What's the practical way to do that? And my goal right now is to do that. So that is what I see over here, group number 1. So if you enjoyed this reading, definitely don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below. I actually want to say one last thing here. The second house also deals with sometimes the food that we eat, or yeah, I don't know. I saw diet there for a second, and more restriction around diet, or like not restriction necessarily, but more like boundaries and more like realizations and awareness. So anyway, I just want to add that in there really quick. But yes, if you enjoyed this reading, group 1, definitely don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I would love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be a reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group 2, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Temperance, we have Page of Wands, Starseed, the King of Swords, Ace of Wands, and then the 9 of Swords right here. So with all of this, basically what I'm seeing for your month of April is that there's this desire to bring more moderation in some area of your life in order to sort of get to a bigger goal that you might have. I think that you're realizing that there might need to be some like rearrangement in your life where you're letting go of maybe old things that you used to do and making room to invite in like a new energy into your life, and sort of begin to, I don't know, like siphon your energy elsewhere. You're kind of realizing that all your time is being spent doing the same things. And I think that there's like a new dream or a new desire. This could even be a relationship for some of you, or it could be like some type of emotional fulfillment. You're chasing some type of emotional fulfillment, and you're realizing that your emotions are desiring to flow in sort of a little bit of a new direction towards a new pond, and that your life and your current schedule might need some rearranging in order to make time for you to move in this new direction. Because I think you're wanting to spend more of your energy towards a certain like calling that you have within. The Starseed is a really powerful card. It's not usually in the original tarot deck, but it's in this one. And basically the Starseed is you're awakening this divine purpose within you. Your light is beginning to like glow and shine, and you're starting to realize like new dreams or new goals that you're wanting to reach. And maybe you're gonna have certain epiphanies throughout the month of April, and you might have even been having some of them right now. And it's sort of like calling you to also become a little bit more spiritual. So wherever you are in your spiritual journey right now, wherever you may be, I think there's going to be a little bit of an inkling to, I don't know, take care of your spirit more, to take care of your spirituality more. And we're all spiritual, you know, no matter what we believe or anything like that. We all have a spirit. So we are technically all spiritual. But there's this desire to maybe like take care of your spirit more And there's also like this development and this awakening of a new desire or a new purpose. And then the Page of Wands over here says that there's going to be something that you're quite excited about. And it's sort of at the beginning stages, but it's like you're going towards emotional fulfillment and you're starting to realize that your emotional fulfillments are leading you in a new direction. And you're realizing that, ooh, there's like a new kind of like wave that I'm riding on that's going to just call you in this direction, basically. But in order for you to actually make time for that direction, in order for you to actually go in that direction, again, there's going to be certain changes within your current schedule, and through like taking, you know, some of your time and your energy away from old things so that you can move them in this new direction. In this new direction, it feels healthier, it feels better. And it's the beginning of a journey, I really want to say. Like, this is kind of like the door opening to a whole new vast land that's been unexplored yet. And it's going to be exciting, basically. Like, April is this door opening, and it's time for you to kind of step into this new you and to step into this new direction. And even as we can see in the Page of Wands, it's kind of like there's this portal behind her. Even in the Knight of Cups, it's like there's this door here. And we're taking, you know, our energy from one cup, and we're realizing like, ooh, I need to like make time for this new dream, this new direction. And as you can see, that there's this awakening just happening within her. The King of Swords here comes in because we're realizing that maybe our mind, we need to have a little bit more control and dominion over our own mind, because maybe our mind is very used to certain habits, patterns, and routines, our subconscious beliefs and things like that. And we're sort of realizing that we might have attachments in certain areas. And the King of Swords comes in when we're like, I really need to cut away certain things in my life. And I also really need to put my foot down and really dedicate myself into this new direction. And so it's like you're really taking your power back in the month of April and sort of putting your foot down on old things and realizing that there's a whole new direction again that's opening up for you, and you're not wanting to fail at that. You're wanting to be successful at that, and your mind is really growing and heightening in many new ways. I think you've learned so much over the past few months with this King of Swords. You've learned so much, and you started to really decipher what is good for me, what is not, how can I live up to my authenticity, how can I be more honest in my life, and what exactly do I need to cut away with this honesty. Maybe there's certain things that I cannot do anymore in my life that I need to cut out in order for me to go in this new direction and fully accept this new direction. We also have the Ace of Wands right here, and this is a beautiful card. This can also talk about spiritual awakenings. The wands are very connected to spirituality, but they're also very connected to passion and inspiration. So it's kind of like there's a new passion and inspiration opening up, and you are kind of like being really strong here, where you're like, I need to like really dedicate, I need to put my foot down, I need to cut old strings, cut old ties in order to go in this new direction and have this blossom, in order for me to allow this new passion to blossom and for me to explore this with my full authenticity and the desire that's really just awakening in you. For some of you, there may even be a person. King of Swords can also symbolize a person in our lives as well. This would most likely be an air sign person, so either Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And it could most likely be a man just because it shows up as the King of Wands, but this could also be a woman. It could also be somebody of a different sign. Again, it is a general reading, so I don't like making it too specific. But since the King of Swords did come up, it could also be somebody in your life that, you know, you are really starting to be inspired by. This could even be somebody online, because sometimes the swords can symbolize someone online that might be really inspiring to you. And it's just like offering you a lot of growth. So somebody in your life might be, you know, offering you a lot of growth and helping inspire this new sort of awakening within you, and inspiring you to really like level up in the month of April. And this could also be like new opportunities sprouting up too, like new ideas that are sprouting up, and this just light that's beginning to shine within you and starting to open you up in this new direction. I think this is going to be very inspiring, but at the same time, it's going to really help you sort of break out of old belief systems and old patterns, because we have the Nine of Swords as well. And the Nine of Swords is when we are having sort of sleepless nights or certain stresses come up, And I really think that you're going to be now beginning to grow out of those stressors. But as you kind of like step in this new direction, it's really time for you to face those stressors and grow beyond them, become bigger than them, because these stressors are only in your mind, group number 2. The swords are always mental. They're never physical. And so whatever's been stressing you out lately or in the recent past, it's all been mental. It hasn't been physical yet. So there's no point in worrying about it if it hasn't become a physical thing yet, because that means that we're just wasting our energy, and maybe our energy is getting drained because we're wasting it on either being stressed or worried about something. And this has been basically just like stealing your energy. It's been stealing some of your energy because now we're worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet, but we're worried that it is going to happen. But we're just feeding energy to it. And so I think April is the month where you are getting beyond that. I honestly see you getting beyond that through this sort of new calling and new inspiration to maybe be more in touch with your spirituality, or more in touch with like what you feel you're meant for, because you're meant for something. Group number 2, like this is a calling. April's the calling asking you to walk through this door. You're meant for something. So it's time to just put your energy in the right place. And that's actually, I would say, like, if I had to put this card reading in like a couple different sentences and like put it down into, just condense it, I would say that this whole card reading is, it's time to put your energy in the right place, in the new place. There's a new energy coming up, and it's time to put your energy towards what you're so excited about. It is time to cut off the old energy, the mental energy that's been worrying you or stopping you, or the fears that have been coming up. And it is time for you to put your energy towards what inspires you the most. And I really think that there's going to be something that's very inspiring to you in the month of April. There's something that's really coming up that's incredibly inspiring to you. It's like literally lighting a light up within you. It's maybe a new idea or a new possibility. And we might still be wondering like, oh, could I actually do that? Is that really possible? Yes, it is time to feed our energy towards that. Look at that light coming up in both of these cards. You know, there's a light that's just coming up, and it's just asking you like walk through that door and grab hold of that light and be that. It is time for you to be that and follow this new calling, because it's going to really help. Again, it's going to help you break free of your old mentality. It's going to really help you break free of your old schedules and routines that have been maybe causing more stress and more fear in your life than need be. So it is time to change around the routine and all of that. So with that being said, the next couple cards that we have here, we have Codes of the Seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. That fits in so well. Group 2, I don't know. Can you also see how well this fits into your reading? So the blueprint is within you for this calling, this purpose. The blueprint is within you. We just need to follow it. We just need to take the next step and not let our fears hold us back. So April's going to be about really breaking through fears and taking this new step, going into this new direction, full force, 100% energy. Let's go. The blueprint is within you. You are that seed. So literally the seeds talk about the beginning of something, and star seed, baby. Starseed energy is coming through strong in your reading, group 2. So you are that seed. So that means you have all that potential within you, because a seed basically holds all the DNA to become a full like plant. You know what I mean? The full whatever it's meant to be. It has all of those codes within that tiny little seed. And like same with like humans. You think about humans, like they start from like a sperm and an egg, which are microscopic. You can't even see them with a naked human eye, right? Microscopic. But within those two things, it holds all of the DNA needed to create a full-blown human. So basically, metaphorically, this also shows that you're having this calling, this inkling within you, this new desire that's sort of birthing within you in the month of April. And it holds all the potential to become full-blown, exactly what you desire, probably even beyond what you currently could even imagine that it could be, right? Because I mean, if somebody showed you a sperm and an egg without telling you what say you did not know that a sperm and an egg created a human, we had no idea, and somebody like randomly showed it to you before you ever knew anything about reproduction. And they just show that to you and they're like, what do you think that has the potential to be? And you're like, I don't know, like a microscopic organism. And then they're like, no, that becomes you. Like, that would blow your mind. I mean, I know I was mind blown when I learned that in biology, but like back when I was a kid, obviously, but yeah, like that's just, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. And so what this is really trying to tell you is that there's this inkling, there's this inspiration that's sort of growing within you, a deep divine purpose that's sort of awakening within you, that spirit has been calling you to follow, that your spirit has been calling you to follow. And April's the month where that's going to come up a bit stronger. And it's really saying the blueprint for that potential is within you. And you can feel what that blueprint is, because you can feel like, oh, there's a calling here. I'm really meant to follow this. And you can probably feel the potentiality of it. But it's like, take the next step, allow it to blossom, give it the possibility to grow into its full fruition. You know, if you find like the seed of an orange, and let's say that you haven't like had food in a long time and you lived way back in the day before grocery stores and anything like that. If you have the seed of an orange, of course you'd look at that and be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna try to make that into an orange tree. I'd love to have an orange tree on my property. Wouldn't that be freaking great? So like, don't take it for granted. Don't take this inspiration for granted. This is coming to you for a reason. See its potential. Give it the time and energy that it needs so that it can blossom into its potential. Because wouldn't you rather have an orange tree in your backyard rather than just holding onto this orange seed for like ever and then never having it become anything and then just throwing it in the garbage? You know, if you lived back in the day before there was grocery stores, before you could like go and like get oranges and stuff, you would take that orange seed and you'd be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna try to grow an orange, or an orange tree, of course. So like, grow your orange tree, baby. What are you waiting for? Take the next step. The blueprint is within that little seed. That everything that you need to create your desire is within that little inkling that you have. That's what this is saying. Everything that you need, the how, the why, the direction, how it's gonna unfold, everything is within that inspiration. Your inspiration holds the entire blueprint to make it happen. You just need to follow it. Okay? It's saying that within that inspiration, there is the why and there is the how. Maybe you're not mentally aware of it, just like how I'm not mentally aware of how a seed becomes an orange tree. Like, of course I know how, but I don't know how. But you just do what you know you're supposed to do. You just take the next step. You know, you plant it, you know, you water it, you know, it needs some sunlight. Like, obviously, what your seed needs, what your inspiration needs, it needs you to take the next step. It needs you to actually give it a chance. So give it a chance. You don't need to know the whole picture yet. You just follow the signs. Like, obviously, if I notice that my seed is not getting enough sunlight because it's in the wrong area, I'm gonna move it to a new area. Just like for you, if you notice that you're going after your inspiration, but then you notice, oh, I need some adjustments. Maybe I need to put more time towards it. Maybe I get this other inspiration that I need to change something about it or tweak something. You just follow the inspiration. You follow what you are seeing in the moment. It has all the potential within you to become exactly what it needs to be. You just need to take the next step and continue taking the next step every day. It's not telling you to go from 0 to 100. It's telling you go to 0 to 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, till you get to 100. Okay? So then the next card, this is becoming like a, I don't know, like a, almost like a guidance card reading rather than, I don't know. Anyway, Spirit has lots of things to say for you, group 2. The next card we have is We Are Nature. That fits in so well as well. Oh my gosh. Becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection. So we are nature. You are part of nature. You are just like that seed. You have all of that within you to become that full plant. You are nature. You are that seed. You know what I mean? Like, becoming grounded. So it's time to plant the seed. It is time to become grounded into what you want rather than it being all mental, rather than letting your dreams become just mental. It is time to plant the seed so it can sprout. Just like this Ace of Wands, it's almost like, imagine that this was a seed like sprouting and then you're growing the little flowers. It's almost exactly like that. We literally have starseed, codes of the seeds. Plant your seed. And then we are nature. So it's becoming grounded. You plant it. So that's the embodiment of it. So you're deciding to actually take physical action, because when we become grounded on something and when we plant the seed, that is when it becomes a physical potential rather than just idea potential. That is when it becomes actually physically a potential. You need to put your plan into motion, into action. That is what that is, okay? So then it says living in connection. So as long as we just stay in connection with that dream that we've planted, that we've begun, and we realize like, oh, every day I'm gonna need to take a step. We're not needing to take leaps and bounds. We don't need to take 5 steps in one day, but a step a day is going to get you to where you need to go. So plant your seed, listen to that calling, listen to what it needs. Does it need water today? Does it need sunlight today? What does it need? So as long as we just follow that, this potential is going to become a reality, okay? And it is going to be growing. So allow it to grow. That is the whole point of the month of April for you, group 2, is to allow this seed to grow, because you've been feeling this and it's going to come up strong in the month of April. This inspiration that you need to follow and let fears subside, because they aren't reality. Your fears and your worries right now are not reality. Not yet, but if we put enough attention towards that, we're going to be growing that rather than growing our inspiration. So which one are we going to grow? Ooh, and then we have commitment. So the month of April is also about committing yourself to this new direction. This can also be commitment in other areas of your life too. This could be like, commitment can be signing leases, signing agreements, agreeing to something, committing to your goal and your dream, committing to a person. You know, this could be commitment in all different areas, but I really think the underlying theme here is also a commitment to this new passion. We also have storm fields coming up. So this is the worries again, because the air that creates the storm, that creates this tornado, is our mind. So your mind might be getting away and destroying what is physically possible for you. So if you've noticed that that's been a theme for you, that you're mentally sort of destroying your own potential, the month of April is going to be about healing that and regrowing out of your mental block or your current mental chaos, I guess. Your current mental storm. This is about growing out of that. Also, storms are also about renewal. So there's been stuff that you've been needing to renew in your life. Whenever there's a storm, it can be because we're not going in the right direction, or because we've outgrown the old. Whenever we've outgrown the old, that's when things need to be renewed. And the only way to get them renewed is to sort of tear down the old in order for us to have a fresh slate to build from. Of course, that's how we have fresh slates to build from all the time. So it's kind of about destroying the old. So your mind has actually been working for you, trying to tell you it is time to let go of the old. It is time to really let go of that so you can have a clean slate. You're at clean slate moment right now, baby. Your mind has been trying to get you to clean slate moment. So allow clean slate moment to come about and then grow this seed. And how do we get to a clean slate moment? How do we create that? We create that by allowing our past to be our past, allowing ourselves to follow the inspiration of renewal, because there's certain inspirations that are coming within you right now. And maybe you're going to have an inspiration like, I feel a little bit different. I feel like wearing different clothes. I feel like, changing around the furniture in my house. I feel like doing this. I feel like doing that. Allow newness to come in and allow it to be really new. Allow your schedule to be new too, because I think you're going to have new ideas around schedule, and to also put your energy in a new place. So that's how you get to the new. That is how you accept this clean slate energy, and then the chaos and the storm is going to fall away and subside the more that you step into that. So now is time to allow yourself to step into this new kind of energy where we're putting our time and energy into new areas. You don't have to change around 100% of your time and your schedule. You can still keep some things as long as they're still inspiring to you. But there's going to be certain things that maybe you want to add into your life. Maybe you're like, hey, I want to start meditating more. Hey, I want to start going to yoga more. I know that's, for me, I want to start going to yoga more. That is something I really want to do. I find it so healing. But for you, this is about following those new inspirations. what has been really inspiring for you lately? And it's time to go in that direction. Ooh, and then we also have the card of Metamorphosis. That also fits in with your reading so well. So you are transforming, and of course, a lot of chaos happens whenever we're transforming because it's trying to renew things, just like I was saying. So there's a renewal process happening where you are sort of, alchemizing into something new. You are letting, and you're shedding the old, and the new is wanting to pop out. But of course, that comes with a little bit of uncomfortability when we're shedding the old. So that's probably why we also have this storm fields here. So it's been feeling a little bit chaotic, but April is sort of the rebirth month for you, group 2. It's the month where you're stepping into the new you. And then the last card that we have Asclepios. I cannot pronounce that name. That was clearly not how you pronounce it. But it says sacred medicine. So some of you might be getting certain revelations. Some of you also might be doing some deep healing. So sacred medicine can come out maybe in the way of like realizing meditation, for example, or realizing the healing that you can get through yoga. Sacred medicine is usually also connected to, certain sacred medicines. I'm sure if you know, you know. If you know, you know. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of you are going to be doing, some certain sacred medicine, but sacred medicine can come out in lots of different forms, again, like meditation, yoga, things like that. Or this can just be some sort of like healing. We're realizing that when we focus on certain other things, they end up being very healing for us, and it's healing certain stuff that we've had within us when we follow these new directions. So as you begin to metamorphosize into this new you, you're going to realize that this new you, it's very healing to let go of your old self. It's going to be very healing to let go of the old you, group number 2. That's going to be like the most healing thing. And I think that following these new inspirations is going to really allow you to open up in many new ways. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take our Astro dice. We're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 different times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in your life in the month of April. So this could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even a reflection of your own. So let's see what we get here. We got Aries, Aries energy. We got Scorpio energy and Sagittarius. Aries, Scorpio, and Sagittarius energy for you, group number 2. It's also interesting how the dice just kept falling flat. Usually the dice like rolls around a bit, and for you it's just very clear energy. So let's roll all of them together now to get any last info on this reading. All right, so we have the South Node in Aquarius. I feel like this dice has not landed on the South Node in a long time. In the 7th house, ooh. Some relationships from your past might be popping up in order for you to let go of, group number 2. There's certain people from your past that might be coming back into your life, and we're sort of realizing like, maybe I'm either going to renew this connection in a completely different way and no longer relate to them in the same way, or it's also like closing out old connections and also clearing your karma with old connections as well. They might come through like on social media a lot because Aquarius is very connected to social media or anything that's like, text messages on the phone, stuff like that, because it's all about like technology and whatnot. So you might have certain things from the past coming up, or maybe you're going to even decide like you want a huge cleanse technologically. Maybe you're going to be like, I want to go through my old friends list and all my old contacts, and I just want to like, delete all the ones that I just no longer talk to, or whatever. There's like a whole renewing of energy here that you desire to renew. And I don't think you want to be so stuck in the past anymore, group 2. I think that you're going to really want to renew a lot of energy and begin to shed the past, the metamorphosis that you're going through. I'm really seeing shedding of the past, bringing in more balance into your life and shifting the scales here, because the 7th house is very connected to Libra. It's sort of like our relationships, and it's the balance of the scales, right? The Temperance also reminds me of that, because we're siphoning energy from one to the other. It's almost like the scales, and we're now moving in a new direction. So I'm definitely seeing you kind of like committing to a new future by also heavily kind of like doing cleanses of yourself, your past, and allowing yourself to really step into the new future. And the biggest part here is stepping into the new future. That is the biggest thing here. It's not necessarily like, I mean, cutting out the past is going to be important, but I don't think that's going to be as major as stepping into the new you and the new future that you are desiring to create for yourself. So group 2, that is all looking beautiful and great. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, again, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I would love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be a reading, so I'll top right into it. All right, so group 2, we have the Death, 2 of Cups, the Hermit, the 8 of Wands, then we have the 10 of Cups, and then we have the 6 of Wands, and then we have the Tower card. So let's talk about what all this is. So first off, starting with these 3 is very interesting. This can be that somebody has deeper feelings for you than what they're letting on. This could be that somebody is going to come forward and express to you some deeper feelings, and in a good way, especially with the 8 of Wands right next to this. This is like communication, news coming in, the more flow of energy. This could even be you wanting to express something deeper as well to somebody. Or this could also be connected to like something that you've been working on for a long time. This is either a relationship or something that you've been working on for a long time, where it's finally going to come out of hiding. It's finally going to come out of submission. So this is definitely some feelings getting expressed, or finally the expression or reveal of something that you've been working on, that is going to kind of like come to the surface in the month of April. This Death card kind of symbolizes that we're going through a transformation where we kind of want to shed our old skin, right? So the Death card is all about shedding old skin and realizing that we can no longer move forward the same way that we always have, because something is changing within us. So something is clearly changing within you, and it's regarding a connection or something that you're very strongly emotionally invested in. There's something here that you're strongly emotionally invested in that is going through a metamorphosis where we're realizing, like, I don't want to hide anymore. I don't want to keep it secret anymore. I don't want to repress these feelings or keep my, I don't know, this thing like hidden. You know, this could either be your feelings or like a physical thing that you desire to reveal in the month of April. And it's, yeah, I mean, it's finally like, I don't want to just keep this on the back burner anymore. I don't want to keep it so hidden anymore. There's this desire to really come forward and have energy moving forward with this 8 of Wands. This is like, we're desiring to go in a direction, and it's really time for us to, like, I don't know, come out of our shell, because maybe there's been a shell that you're in. You've been kind of hiding in a cave with whatever this thing is that you are emotionally invested in. It's sort of been like, yeah, there's been a lot kind of just bubbling beneath the surface, and it's finally ready to really come to the surface in the month of April. And this is going to really help you push forward with whatever this thing is, whether it's like a physical thing you've been working on, or if it's between you and another person. It's like we really desire to move forward and maybe connect deeper. So if this is a person, I see you two connecting way deeper, on a much deeper emotional level, and there are certain feelings that are going to come up that have been wanting to be expressed for a long time. If this is something that you are working on, maybe like a project, or this could even be a friendship for some of you, and it's finally kind of like expressing deeper gratitude and finally putting it up to the surface, you know, finally showing off this thing that you've been working on, or showing off this person, or even just telling them your truest, deepest feelings, really. There's something here that's definitely coming out of the cave. The theme of this is coming out of the cave. It's no longer hidden. It is here. It's out in the open. So there's lots of energy moving forward here. This is, again, like news coming in. This can also mean travel, or like plans and directions, like shooting for a certain direction, shooting for a certain target. Like, we are up in the air and we're ready to kind of begin moving in the direction that we desire to go in. So there's been a direction that's been bubbling beneath you of like wanting to do something, or wanting to make emotions clear so that you are moving in the correct direction that you desire to. So all of this is going to like come up to the surface, and it's finally like we're shooting towards our target. Our target is now revealed, and it is time to throw everything in that direction. It's time to give it all into that direction. Then we have the Ten of Cups, which is one of the most beautiful, emotional, fulfilling cards in tarot. So as we're kind of like shooting in this direction, as we're expressing and revealing what it is that we've had and all the emotions that we've had, and whatever this is going to help us reach a deeper emotional fulfillment where we feel like dancing, we feel like things are kind of going in a good direction. This is emotional happiness. This could even be us having like a bit of a celebration even in the month of April, and just honestly feeling really good. Like there's a really good emotional energy. It's kind of like starting off a little bit sort of like, ooh, there's an emotional connection, but I've been like maybe suppressing some of this, or like something I'm emotionally invested in, I haven't been like fully open about it and like expressing it, and all of a sudden through the expression it's kind of like the fruition of it, like you really start to see how this is blossoming, and it begins to actually blossom so much deeper with so much more fulfillment than it ever has before. So wow, it's looking beautiful. Then we also have the Six of Wands. This is when we're feeling on top of the world, and this is also when we are getting like recognition and also support from other people. So this can be when people are like congratulating us or telling us like, hey, we're really proud of you, this is really great, like I'm really happy for you. So there is this energy where we kind of feel on top of the world, and we feel like there's support through other people and stuff like that, and this is an overall really good energy. The Tower card at the very end though kind of signifies that there's a new foundation that needs to be built here, because maybe as we've had this emotional investment in the past, it's been a little bit more either secretive or on the back burner. And as we sort of like reveal this and come out with this, we are realizing that maybe we need new foundations with this thing. And this realization is coming because I think the weight of whatever this is going to be a little bit more intensified because of the emotions that we're finally like releasing, and the reveal of whatever this is, it's going to be a little bit more intensified. And because of that, we're needing sort of a new foundation to hold this. We're needing to make a foundation clear, and maybe we're just needing to make a foundation in general, because we're realizing we can't get super high on this thing. We cannot like allow it to build on nothing. We're needing a bit more clarity on where we're rooting this. So where are you going to root this thing? Where is it going to actually grow, if that makes sense? I'm speaking in metaphors right now, but like if this is going to become really great, and if you're going to allow this thing to get and grow into its full fruition, we're going to need to have it in solid dirt. We're going to need to have it, on a solid foundation where we're on the same page and we have a clear picture in our minds of where this is going. You know what I mean? So this is calling you to properly set certain foundations by the end of April, and to have clarity on what's, happening in the future with whatever this thing is. So I definitely see important talks happening, and I'm definitely seeing this being like something that's very emotionally fulfilling, but we're realizing we need a bit more solidity in it, rather than it growing just on emotions, rather than it growing just on inspiration. We need like solidity. We need more physical grounding of it. I hope that's making sense. I'm really talking in metaphors right now, but hopefully this is making sense in this reading. The next couple cards that we have for you, group number 3, we have Sub Rosa, Hidden in Plain Sight, Mysteries, Learning and Teaching. So there is something being revealed in the month of April that is going to be, I don't know, it's kind of like, definitely it's revealing a mystery. It could even be you revealing certain things that you've kept a mystery. Maybe there's certain things that you've been emotionally invested in that you've been keeping a mystery. And it's finally like, it's time to not keep it a mystery anymore. Even though it's kind of been hidden in plain sight. Maybe you haven't been necessarily hiding it, but at the same time, we haven't been fully like showing it off or anything, right? So I think that something is sort of like coming to the surface here. And this could even be emotions from another person. This could even be, an opportunity coming about in your life, all sorts of different things. So yeah, there's that. And then we also have the grandmothers. Remember your roots. What we're talking about with foundation. Where are you going to root yourself? You need to have a more solid plan for the future if this is to be sustained. If this is to be sustained, we need a more solid plan for the future. So remember your roots. Where are you rooting yourself? Trust the weavings and perspective. So now it's time to sort of kind of like trust the direction that you're going in, if that makes sense. And to put more trust into whatever this is. But the only way to kind of build trust is to know where you're rooting yourself, right? So I think that there's going to be important realizations around creating a more solid plan, a more solid foundation, something that's reliable. So there is that. The next few cards that we have Spark. Ooh, so yeah, something's definitely sparking your interest. It's sparking up in the month of April, making us feel intrigued, interested. She's even playing music here. So for some reason, I'm finding like your emotions are going to kind of feel like they're just moving like music. It's kind of like just flowing you in a particular direction. This spark is flowing you in a particular direction. I think that there's new inspiration coming up in the month of April. Yeah, and it's kind of just like, there's definitely a feeling of just like dancing and enjoyment. When I saw that 10 of Cups, I was just seeing like dancing and enjoyment, this feeling of like fulfillment, but it's also like, we need to also kind of have a bit of a reality check, because we can't just like let ourselves be high on emotions without having a solid plan of how this is sustainable for the future, how we can sustain this magic, how we can sustain this good feeling even through the future. We also have coming to life. So something is definitely either being revealed, coming to life, bubbling to the surface, mysteries being revealed. This might also be something that whatever is happening here, whatever is like coming out of the cave here, is going to make you feel very alive. It's going to make you feel sparked, alive, full of life. I mean, that's great. We also have Peaks of Joy. Yes, I mean, you're getting such great cards, group number 3. And we also have number 33 right here, which is very interesting. So the 33 is symbolic of celebration, so something to celebrate. And like friendship and connection and love blossoming and things like that. So there's definitely something here where we are making a deeper emotional connection with something, and it's to be celebrated. Yeah, there's something it's coming to the surface. It is coming to the surface. Something's being born in the month of April, and it is time to celebrate. It's going to spark you with life. It's going to make you feel really good. There's peaks of joy happening where you feel like this is kind of like the happiest I've ever been. You know, you might be questioning that in the month of April, being like, I think this might be the happiest I've ever been. Because of what's kind of like happening and the movement that's happening. Things are really moving forward in your life. And they might be moving in a direction where we haven't experienced this part of life yet. This is like a whole new road for us. This is a whole new experience for us. So yes, but we just need to make sure our foundation is set so this is sustainable for us, and so that we can trust that this is growing and it's going to stay and it's not just going to fade away, right? And so that we can have it become everything that we've envisioned it to be. The next card, or last card that we have before we get into our Astro Dice, is Aditi. So that's expand your consciousness. So this is realizing like, this is going to call you to really expand who you are. I don't think you've ever maybe reached this point in life before. And so this is opening up new realms of consciousness for you. This is opening up a whole new way of seeing the world for you. I think that you're going through some major transformations, and you're realizing that maybe you cannot be the old ways that you've been. The Tower can also be that this is because of this new step, because of this new reveal for you. Your old life is not going to be the same ever again, group 3. Your old life is not the same as it always was. There's a lot of changes that are going to be happening in your life. I also think that these changes are going to be very exciting for you, but we're also realizing that things can't really go on the way that they have before. You're kind of getting kicked off the old life train. You're getting kicked off that train of like the old you, because there's all this newness coming in, which is allowing you to expand your consciousness. It's allowing you to expand in so many ways, which is honestly very exciting at the end of the day. So like, congratulations, group 3. There's lots that's going to need to change, but I think they're changing in very beautiful ways. So with that being said, we are going to be taking our astro dice. We're going to take the zodiac sign dice. Sorry, there's a siren going by. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in your life in the month of April. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even a reflection of your own. We have Taurus coming up, so Taurus is going to be a prominent one. We have Virgo coming up, 2 earth signs. And we have Sagittarius. So Taurus, Virgo, and Sagittarius sound like they're going to be the most prominent zodiac signs in your life in the month of April. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take all of the dice together to get any last info on this reading. We have Saturn, Leo in the first house. So Saturn and Leo in the first house. This is you really stepping up and changing who you are. There's going to be, for one, there's going to be new boundaries on who you are because you're realizing that you're going through big transformation. But Saturn is also committing to this new you. There needs to be a commitment to this new you, and a new you is bubbling up to the surface. And I think that this is really calling you to shine your light, but to also shine your light in new ways, and to also add certain, like boundaries on the old you so that you can kind of like become the new you. This is also a dedication to the new you. This is you dedicating and committing to this new you because you have to. I mean, like, this is the direction that I think you really desire to go in. And so there is this dedication, like, I am so dedicated to this new me, to create this new me, and to shine in this new way. It's like really starting to accept this new you that's kind of coming to the surface through all this, even though I think all of this is coming to the surface for most of you through a new connection in your life. But for some of you, this is maybe something that you've been working on, something that you are emotionally invested in, that you've been maybe working on. And there's this sort of dedication to this new you, in order to kind of like, just accept this new you. You're really accepting a new path and committing to a new path. So that is what we have here for you, group number 3. I hope that made sense. I hope it resonated. I know a lot of that was metaphorical, but for some reason I kept getting just tons of metaphors coming to my mind throughout this reading. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 4, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading for the month of April. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 4, here's what we have for you. We have the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles being reversed, and we have the 6 of Cups upright, the Lovers, and then the Sun card. So first off, immediately when I looked at this pile, I got this interesting feeling of like some sort of relationship getting out of balance and somebody needing to offer you an apology. Like, this could be a friendship, this could be a romantic partnership, this could be a family member, this could be whatever. But there's somebody that I think, or this could even be you, but there's some sort of apology that's happening, or some sort of like, I don't know, imbalance that's getting fixed here, because there's been some sort of, I guess, like imbalance or something like that, that is getting healed and fixed and renewed. So what I'm really seeing here in this reading is, first off, that, and then also it's kind of like we are getting more in touch with our emotions in the month of April, and I think that you are sort of getting this sense of calmness washing over you. And I think that there's been moments where things kind of maybe get a little bit heated, or we're feeling like something is out of balance within our giving and receiving, or even possibly within our communication. But I'm seeing this as an imbalance within giving and receiving. Like, maybe we feel like we're giving too much, or maybe we feel like we are not asking for help when we need it, or we're not really opening up about our feelings when we need to. There's some sort of imbalance here, and that is definitely getting sorted out within the month of April. I think it's going to get sorted out in a beautiful way, to be honest with you. Group number 4, I don't see this going in a bad way. I honestly see this being very calming and nice and nurturing, to be real with you. And it's honestly looking quite beautiful. But I think that you're kind of getting better in touch with your emotions, and we're kind of like finding out where our emotions and our our desires are kind of maybe getting in the way of each other. And so we're kind of maybe wanting something, but maybe we're emotionally kind of like too scared to ask for it. Or maybe we're realizing where certain conflicts happen within certain relationships and certain imbalances happen here. But I think that honestly, there is a lot of good energy surrounding this, and it is going to get, again, sorted out. It is going to kind of like find balance once again. This could even be something within you as well that maybe is out of balance. This could be that we are getting out of balance with how we're spending our time. And maybe we need to be a little bit more kinder to ourselves, for one, because we're needing to maybe allow ourselves, you know, more peace, more kindness, more love. We're realizing that we need to give ourselves a little bit more kindness and a little bit more nurture in order for us to do our best and be our best. But I also really see this happening within a relationship, and then the relationship is kind of reconnecting and feeling really good again. So I'm definitely seeing things getting rebalanced. And again, this could be you needing to apologize, or this could be somebody else needing to apologize. And maybe honestly, it's even mutual between you and another person, and things need to just get back into balance. And they definitely will be doing that in the month of April. And I see things, you know, really working out and the sun shining back again. And having the sun card in any tarot reading adds such a beauty to a tarot reading. It adds such a bright light. I think that things are going to honestly be better than they were before through whatever is happening over here, because I think that you are growing and realizing so much and finding better balance between you and other people. And this is going to really help you feel like you are understood and your authenticity is being shown, and we're being accepted and understood for our authenticity. And I think that that's going to feel really great for you. And it's going to help you find balance and help you see eye to eye with somebody. This is really helping you see eye to eye with somebody and feeling understood and accepted. And I think this is also you understanding and accepting yourself as well on a deep level. So yes, all good things are happening in April, and things are getting sorted out, especially if you feel like something has been imbalanced recently and maybe we just haven't been talking about it or whatever. This is all finally kind of like coming to a resolution in the month of April. I also finally see you kind of coming to a position where you feel like you can actually talk about what it is that you need and require from others and what's been on your mind. I think that you're finally stepping into a position where it's easier for you to talk about what you need and you want, because you're realizing that if you don't do that, then nobody's going to know what you need or you want, and it's always going to feel out of balance. And so I think that you're realizing that we need to speak about our emotions, and we can do so in a positive way. We can do that in a positive way. We don't need to let it get heated. We don't need to let it get out of control. We can actually express ourselves in a positive and kind way. And yeah. For some of you, this can also be a connection in the past that maybe we haven't gotten closure on, or we haven't like talked to this person in a long time. So for some of you, this could be a connection from the past. For others of you, this could be a current connection, and this is just apologies and forgiveness. But sometimes, and again, it is a general reading, so I just want to point out everything. Sometimes this card is connected to people from our past. So yeah, for some of you, this could be a person from your past coming back in order to kind of rectify what has happened in the past and to rebond with you. This could be a friendship from the past that we haven't talked to in a long time that maybe ended over whatever, you know. This could also be like a romantic partnership that we haven't talked to in a while, or it could even be a family member that we haven't talked to for a while that might be coming back into our lives in the month of April. So yeah, it could be somebody from your past, or again, this card is also just connected to apologies in general. So if you're noticing maybe an imbalance within one of your current partnerships or relationships, I definitely see that getting sorted out, and rebonding is happening, forgiveness is happening. This is also somebody, you know, reaching out and wanting to, you know, offer you something and gift you something in return in order to make peace, in order to find that balance again, in order to apologize on a deep level. So I'm definitely seeing all those different things here for you, group number 4. So with that being said, let's get into a couple more cards that we have here. We have the Sacred Waters, nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, and self-care. So I think that you're also taking more time for yourself in order to feel better, in order to give to yourself a little bit more. Kind of like how I was saying in the beginning, this could also be an imbalance within you, and you're realizing that you need to make more time for yourself and take more time for yourself in order to rejuvenate your energy. So yeah, there's a little bit of that within this reading as well. Focusing on your health, realizing that there might be imbalances and we need to like, go back to the drawing board, take a few steps back and be like, I need to really start to focus on maybe my health or my rest and my self-care. Maybe we're realizing that we don't manage our time very well, or we don't ask for help when we need it. So some of you may not be asking for help when you need it, or you may not be expressing your emotions when you need to. So this is time for you to come back within and heal all these deep things within you. And healing them is going to sort of require certain conversations to be had, certain apologies, forgivenesses to kind of take place. Then we also have the wasteland, sustainability, slow down, tend to your garden. Yes. So instead of letting things kind of just like turn to rubbish, sometimes it's time to not neglect things. It's time to not put them on the back burner. It's time to kind of like focus on what has been happening. How can I heal it? How can we sustain this? Because the only way to sustain relationships, the only way to sustain yourself is through giving it the nurture that it needs, not ignoring it, not ignoring problems when they come up, not ignoring, obstacles when they come up, not ignoring needs when they come up. So if there's been needs, or if there's been, stuff that we've needed to focus on in order to like heal it, it's time to do that rather than letting it all dry up and get cracked. We need to bring in the emotions again. Water is like emotions. We need to stop ignoring our emotions. The next few cards that we have here, we have Stuck in the Mud. So what have we been ignoring? What are we stuck on right now? April's going to be the month of like getting unstuck, but I think right now it's important for you to ask yourself, what are you stuck on? What is hindering your movement forward? Because if it's hindering your movement forward, there's certain conversations that we need to have. There's certain healing that we need to have, emotions that we need to express. And through doing that, we can finally have healing and we can finally see eye to eye on something. There's something that we need to regain the eye to eye on, and fairness, okay? Balance. We need to return to balance on something. So it's time to unstuck yourself through having these important conversations and these realizations. Elephants also symbolize good luck as well, by the way. So I think there's a lot of like good luck around this situation. I think it's going to turn out very well. And then we have goblins. Yes. So what has been hiding under the rug, group 4? Is there certain like feelings that we've been hiding under the rug that have been making us feel kind of icky about something? Maybe we've been feeling icky about something in our past. Maybe we've been feeling icky about someone in our current present moment. Maybe we've even been having certain ick come up within ourselves that we just need to kind of confront and face and deal with. Goblins can also mean that maybe there's been unfairness within a relationship and somebody's been kind of maybe mistreating us in a certain way, but maybe they haven't even been realizing it. And the only way that they can realize it is through certain conversations. So what are these certain like goblins that need to come up? Because goblins can symbolize, again, that we have some negativity sort of like surrounding us, and the only way to sort of clear that is to confront it and speak about it rather than sweeping it under the rug. Anytime you sweep something under the rug, it still exists, even when it seems hidden. It seems hidden on the surface, but it's still there. The only way to do it is to get them back out under the rug, express them, and then let them out. You need to let it out. That way, you're opening your door and you're letting it out. It's no longer yours anymore, right? So time to open up about some stuff, group 4, in the month of April. This will really help you clear though. Like, look at how good this is turning out. The Lovers and the Sun. This is going to turn out so well, where you feel authentically understood. You feel like you are shining your brightest again. You feel like you're returning to like your innocence, where you don't feel like you're hard rock anymore and you don't feel out of balance. This is when you start feeling balanced again. You feel understood. You feel seen. You feel great. Like, no goblins exist in this card. Or that one, or that one. When this one's reversed, they kind of do, So it's time for us to clear that. The next card that we have is education. So I think that there's going to be a lot of learning and a lot of speaking, because education can be sort of connected to like listening and learning through listening and hearing something out. But this can also be you kind of wanting somebody to understand you, to educate somebody on how you're feeling, to educate somebody on your experience. So I think that there's going to be a lot of like sharing back and forth between maybe you and another person. And I think you're also realizing a lot. So you're going to be learning a lot through this experience and learning like, oh, I need to like express myself in this way, or, oh, in order for me to feel balanced, I need to take care of myself in this way and this way. So I think you're learning a lot more about yourself and finally clearing a bunch of like bleh that's been sort of like following you around. It's time for you to clear it, group number 4. We don't want no ick following us around. We don't want no goblins in our closet. Like, we don't want that. So April is the month of getting through that. And I think by the end of April, you're going to start to feel so good. Like the sun is shining again. And I also think that you're going to start getting a lot more sun as well, because I think that you're going to realize like rejuvenation is important. And I think you're going to be feeling really rejuvenated through the sun. So yeah. There could also be a new inspiration that comes to you by the end of the month as well, because I'm noticing the brightness coming here and then the sun coming here. This might also awaken you into desiring to dive deeper into other inspirations. So that's just another random thing on the side that I'm noticing. Ooh! And then our last card here before we get into our Astro Dice is, okay, I don't know how to pronounce this, but the Hecate or Hecate? I don't know. I kind of butcher names sometimes, but this says past life healing. So there's something from your past. It's not necessarily like past life maybe, or maybe there's some past life karma regarded into this, but something from your past needs to be healed. Group 4. We are needing to close out old chapters. We might have people coming up from the past that want to talk to us, and we're just going to need to heal those things. There's a lot of deep healing coming through in the month of April, but it's going to be very, very good. It's not one of those where you're going through deep healing and you're like, oh, this is so sad. I'm seeing all these bad things. Like, I don't see a healing like that for you happening in April. I honestly see it being like, ooh, I'm learning that I need to be more open and authentic. This is feeling good. And like, wow, I'm actually feeling understood. I'm able to express myself better than I ever have before because I'm understanding my feelings and, you know, listening more to others and whatnot. So I see this kind of like being a very good healing. And again, it's something from your past, I think, is coming up, or something that your past self was very used to kind of like ignoring or sweeping under the rug, I think is going to finally come to the surface in order for it to finally be healed. And we're closing out our old past chapters because of that. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take our Astro Dice. We're going to roll the Zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 Zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in the month of April. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign. So let's see what comes up, or it could even honestly be a reflection of your own. So let's see. Group 4, we have Capricorn coming up. We have Libra coming up. And we have Virgo. So Capricorn, Libra, and Virgo energy seem like they are the most prominent for the month of April. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll all these together. To get any last information, we got Pluto that wants to come up. And we have Pluto in Libra in the first house. Ooh, so relationships are causing some deep transformation within you in order for you to find deeper balance. And that's so funny because the 6 of Pentacles is very Libra energy with the scales. We have Libra coming up again over here. And this is deep within yourself, deep self-transformation, which I saw within this Sun card, you know? And yeah, so Pluto deals with transformation. So there's definitely transformation happening around you finding better balance within yourself and also expressing and digging up some deep stuff within you, some of the deep maybe goblins that were hiding within us, in order for us to communicate that and bring justice to that. Libra is also about bringing justice and fairness to something so that we can see eye to eye with something. It's also the sun rising. The whole depiction or glyph of Libra is actually a sunrise. Some say it's also a sunset. Can be both, I guess. But that is, for me, it's kind of like a sunrise, and it is like the expression of us finding truth in something, because the knowledge is like coming to the surface. So it's bringing justice to something. The Pluto is kind of like digging up the old in order for us to find that balance, in order for us to have a self-transformation. The first house is all about you, the deepness about you. How can we find better balance? This is also when we're realizing some stuff with us that needs to be healed. So I think that you're going through a deep healing, but again, I don't see it happening in a bad way. A lot of people, when they hear like deep healings, they think that they're going to be like crying, they're going to be a mess, they're going to be going through all these different things. I don't see necessarily that type of healing for you. I see it being a lot more calm and easy and just kind of like epiphanies and realizations and gaining back balance and seeing eye to eye, and then all of a sudden the sun is shining and we're feeling great. So I see it kind of like coming out more in that way and realizing that we need more rejuvenation rather than letting us dry up. So yeah, look at the water coming back and coming back to being an oasis rather than being all dried up. So rather than letting your emotions dry up and create scars within you, it's time to just allow your emotions to flow so you can become an oasis again and you can become healed and bringing it all back to balance. So that is what we have here for you, group number 4. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it made sense for you. If it did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I would love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 5, if you chose this pile for your month of April prediction, then let's hop right into it. All right, so group 5, your month of April, we start off with the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, King of Swords, King of Wands, and then the 3 of Pentacles over here for your month of April. So when we start off with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles next to the 9 of Swords, this kind of tells me that maybe in the recent past, or maybe in like the very recent times, and as you kind of go into the month of April, there might have been certain fears or struggles around maybe money, or maybe like something that you've been trying to push forward, like a goal that you've been trying to push forward. There might have been like certain fears, restrictions, or again, struggles around your finances or some sort of career goal or some sort of like goal in general that you've been trying to maybe reach or get to. And these fears are sort of kind of like subsiding in the month of April, because I see that you are going to be maybe seeing ways or kind of growing opportunities, growing money, maybe finding out ways of like how you can actually grow your money and get to a certain goal, because the 7 of Pentacles deals with maybe planting an idea and we're waiting for it to grow. But maybe we've had certain fears around it because maybe we haven't been getting to our goal as fast as we would have liked. Or maybe we fear like not getting to that goal or something like that. But in the month of April, I see that there's going to be like new ideas that sort of prosper, and maybe a new path that's kind of unfolding for you to take action towards actually attaining this goal and getting to a higher place here. So I see you actually being able to kind of like take this new idea or opportunity and use it to your advantage. This could be new saving techniques that you're realizing that you can use in order to kind of like grow your finances or get to your goal in order to spend your energy in wiser ways. And also this can be that we are some sort of goal that we've been trying to reach. It's finally like kind of growing, and we're seeing this path of unfoldment. Like it's really beginning to unfold for you. And I think that there's going to be a reason for celebration here, because I think that you're reaching a higher height and a higher goal that you've been maybe thinking about for a long time. And we're finally getting past these fears. And we're getting to a point of like celebration, because we've climbed up this ladder to a certain degree where we need to celebrate now, baby. I think that you are going to be able to save more. And oddly, there's this sort of energy that I'm getting in this card, that there's this opportunity to grow your money more, or to kind of grow this opportunity more. It's kind of expanding in some way in the month of April. And this expansion really deserves celebration. I think it's just going to continue to expand. Like April isn't the month where it's like, oh, it's reached its peak yet. No, it's still expanding. And I think that needs some celebration. And I do see you being quite proud of yourself and feeling like you've reached some sort of goal, or you've at least kind of reached a new height with this certain goal. You know, you're realizing that you're climbing that staircase, you're realizing that that goal is growing, you're realizing that your bank account is growing. And I think that you're going to feel very celebratory of that. I think other people are going to be very proud of you as well, and be wanting to celebrate your success as well, and these small little milestones. And it's going to be very important to celebrate these milestones, because you're definitely reaching part of a milestone in the month of April, that's for sure. I also see this energy coming through where you feel very accomplished, and you're feeling like, you know, you're really stepping into a higher version of you, that I think that you're really growing in confidence and clarity. The King of Swords is a card that talks about being very clear and having a very clear concise view upon what you're doing and where you're going and the decisions that you need to make. So certain decisions that you're needing to make, I think you're gonna have a lot of clarity on them. This is also speaking with clarity. This can also be writing. So some of you are even practicing writing, or you have a certain goal that requires precise communication or precise writing. I see that that's going to be something that's coming with ease in the month of April. It just seems like thoughts and ideas are coming to you with ease, and you're kind of feeling like on top of it. You're feeling like you've reached some certain goals, and you're feeling very confident about your mentality. You're feeling very confident about your current wisdom and things like that. We also have the King of Wands here. So this is you stepping up with more confidence and more energy. And I think that you're going to feel very energized, especially around mid to end April. I see a lot of energy and feeling very energized. Around the end of April, we have the Three of Pentacles. And so the Three of Pentacles kind of symbolizes that we are really working on something and we're getting ideas out of nowhere that help us kind of expand whatever it is that we've been working on. This can also talk about collaborations or just expansion in general. Like, as you can see, he has his pen, which kind of makes me think of writing, by the way. So some of you might be writing something, I don't know. Or this could even be art. This could be like communication. It can resemble communication or even signing something. But this pen being down on this pentacle, it's kind of like there's this new idea that he's pinpointing and it's allowing him to blossom and grow. So there's something that I think you're really going to focus your energy towards in the month of April, and it's going to allow you to grow financially. It is going to allow you to grow in your goals and allow you to get to a better kind of place of reaching them. It's like you're really climbing the staircase here and taking these new sort of opportunities in order to unlock this new door. There's been like a goal that you've been desiring to reach, and April's the month where you finally have the key to unlocking that door. And that key deserves celebration. You finally have attained the ability to unlock a desire that you've been wanting to unlock. And yeah, it's like celebration is coming in. This can also be signing contracts. I'm definitely seeing like the either signing of something, writing of something, pinpointing your creativity towards something. Yeah. This could also be an opportunity coming your way, somebody coming up with some sort of opportunity, networking opportunity. This could be a new person coming in your life that has a lot of really good ideas for you. This could even be you having important conversations that spark new ideas within you, because the King of Wands is this spark, and these are kind of like new ideas, right? So there could be certain people or conversations that you're having that spark some new ideas that really help you kind of expand even more. It honestly sounds like a very inspiring month of like networking, meeting people, so all sorts of stuff like that. So with that being said, the next couple cards that we have Sophia, Divine Plan, Wisdom, Intelligence Within, Destiny. So you are making plans, that's for sure. Three of Pentacles, the King of Swords. You're definitely making new plans. And you're also kind of unfolding the divine plan for you. You're sort of seeing and unfolding more of this kind of divine plan that's been within you. Awakening intelligence within. You're realizing like, hey, I have knowledge to share. I have like, certain things that I really want to maybe speak about or put to good use. You have knowledge and ability within you that I think you're going to desire to put to good use and connecting deeper with your destiny. We also have the Breathing Rose, so heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases. So maybe you're healing certain fears, that's for sure. Nine of Swords, there's something that's maybe been causing fears to come up, causing like anxieties to come up within you, maybe especially around money or a certain goal that you've been wanting to reach. Maybe you've been really stressed about it. Maybe you've been really stressed about a certain deadline. April's the key to reaching this goal. April is the key to reaching it. So through heart healing, through connection to your own heart and your own divine guidance, you are going to reach this goal. You're going to get there. But we need to focus on our healing. We need to focus on our rejuvenation. The key is coming to you, and I think you're going to see exactly what that is in the month of April that is going to allow you to sort of reach and attain this certain goal that you've been wanting to reach. And I think that you're going to be also, again, healing these certain fears. These fears are getting healed in the month of April, and you're going to finally get past them and, really reach something worth celebrating. You're going to, definitely reach something worth celebrating. The next few cards, we have Bone Collector. So this deals with transformation and also divination. It can also deal with divination. But this can also be allowing our past experiences to kind of like teach us something, to use them collectively, like all of your past experiences that you've had, to finally like put them to use by learning from them through reflecting on your past experiences and your past mishaps and your past transformations. You're going to kind of learn and be able to utilize all those past lessons to transform you into a very wise person. Like you are wise. You have so much under your belt to help you kind of attain certain goals. So use them to your advantage. Like this is kind of like using past experiences to your advantage. We also have mountains. So there's a mountain that you're trying to climb. Just like the Seven of Pentacles. There's a goal that you're trying to attain, but it is a climb to get there. But I really think that you are seeing the light of how to get there. You're understanding the path of how to get there. It's just about doing and conquering. Month of April is about conquering something and getting to that goal, because you're getting the key and the know-how, the knowledge about how to get there. April is just about putting in the work to get there. This is some dedication, some willpower to attain and conquer a big goal. We also have strength. So yeah, it's like you have what it takes. It's about really just like putting in the work. This could also, I'm also seeing like working out, getting to a goal, like working out, possibility of like hikes or doing more like cardio to be able to feel good, to be able to up your strength. I honestly see that and focusing on your nutrients and your well-being. I'm definitely seeing a theme of that in here. But I'm also seeing you getting enough mental and physical strength to kind of push through on a certain goal that you've been wanting to reach, so that you can celebrate the final like achievement of like, yes, I did it, I got there, I did what I set out to do. So there's definitely some energy of that, like conquering a mountain. The 44 is also sticking out to me. That is an angel number, and that deals with creating a very solid foundation in order for us to build a strong dream upon. So there's something that you're kind of like building right now. And I think April's going to be, and it's also the fourth month. April's the fourth month, and then we have 44. This is all about building that strong foundation for yourself in order to rest your dream upon. Because when we build our dreams on an unsteady foundation, of course those dreams are going to fall apart. But when we build our dreams upon a solid foundation, we have a solid plan and a solid know-how, and we built it upon our strength, we're not going to fall apart by the end of it. If we build something when we don't have enough strength to continue, it's not going to work. So I really think that all this past accumulation has really been building enough strength and momentum within you to kind of like create the solid foundation for you to build this upon. And you've been creating a foundation for yourself to find success in this endeavor for a while. And April is about kind of putting the pieces together and like, yeah, really like building this mountain upon this solid foundation. As I can see, you're really creating something here, because this almost has like the like she's carrying this thing that she created. It's almost like a world in itself. You've been almost creating a little world in itself, and it's finally sprouting, it's growing, and you have the strength to actually hold it. So yeah, you really you've taken all your past experiences and you've grown a lot from them, and because of them, you kind of have the strength to really do this. The last card that we have before our Astro Dice, we have the Mother Mary, which is emotional healing. So there could be some like deep healing that you're doing around, again, these certain fears. These certain fears are almost going to become your strength as well with the Bone Collector, and the you're almost using your fears to your favor in the month of April. And they're almost going to be your strength about like, I just need to reach this because I don't want to fall back into like the old. I don't want to become the old. I need to do this. I need to climb this mountain because I don't want to be stuck where I'm stuck. I want to reach a new level. I want to reach a new height. So I think that those fears are actually kind of almost going to be working for you, and it's going to be very emotionally healing for you to kind of like get to this new level, because you're not going to feel kind of stuck in the past anymore. You're finally going to be getting to a new level and unlocking a new door for yourself, rather than being stuck in the old room and stuck in the old kind of like, you know, the old season, kind of like stuck in the old season. Now you're finally going to be like having the strength, like I need to get myself to this new space. And the month of April is like giving you enough strength and the proper foundation to actually do that and to actually kind of complete something and bring it to its full fruition. So that is looking fantastic over there. My lovely group fives. I think I kept saying group Did I say group 4 at some point in this reading? I don't know. This is definitely group 5. But 4s are really sticking out to me because the amount of 4s that are coming up in this reading. But regardless, we're going to take our Astro Dice. We're going to roll it 3 different times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in your life in the month of April. This could be a reflection of somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or even a reflection of your own. So let's see. We have Aries energy. We have Virgo energy. Virgo's been coming up a lot for people. And we have Pisces energy. So those are the most prominent zodiac signs that we have coming up for the month of April. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take all of the dice together now to get any last info on this reading. We have, the North Node, Libra, in the 5th house. Ooh, new destinies and new desires that are kind of like coming up for you. There's definitely going to be new desires popping up, new inspirations popping up, I'm getting goosebumps right now, a bigger purpose that's popping up for you in the month of April. And it could be because you're reaching new heights and kind of getting past this old. And as you reach these new heights, I think there's going to be new desires that are sort of coming in for you and a new destiny that's coming in. Like you're really starting to balance out this destiny and bring a destiny to light. There's something that you've been trying to reach. You are reaching that in April and climbing that ladder, literally climbing that ladder. And the 5th house deals with, it's kind of like really similar to Leo. So it's really the expression of something. It is your desires, your passions, and it also has that like bright spotlight energy towards it. So there's something kind of like coming up to the spotlight here. There's a good, I'm getting goosebumps again. There's a lot of good balance here and a lot of like, I don't know, something just coming to material. And Libra is also very connected to justice. So I'm also seeing writing or signing of something within this and just reaching a destiny and accepting something and saying yes to something. And a lot of creative energy. I'm getting so many goosebumps right now. This whole time I've been like really warm because I think my house is set to like 74 degrees and I've been super warm. But right when I rolled these Astro Dice, I'm getting literally like so many goosebumps right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but so many goosebumps. It's like all over, it's on my legs too. And goosebumps always mean truth. So there's a lot of like, spirit is coming through. I don't know if you guys have goosebumps with me, but spirit is coming through right now. It's like all over me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's like you're really reaching a new destiny. And I think there's new desires that are going to be coming out. Whatever desire that you're reaching right now, Libra's the scales, right? Whatever desire that you're reaching right now is almost going to fuel a new desire to kind of pop up for you. So I'm also seeing that within this. And this can also be dating and relationships. You know, we're reaching new destinies with dating and relationships, especially if that's something that's relevant for you at this time. This can also be moving forward within that area as well. And important people coming into your life or reaching new heights with the important people that are in your life. So that is what we have for you, group number 5. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye.